This guy shocked millions with his body transformation, because when he hit the gym, he looked so skinny, people thought it was impossible for him to lift weights. I mean, how can somebody work out with zero fat on their body? But what amazed people even more was that at the same time, this guy was fighting for his life due to a serious disease. Despite this, he went against all odds and achieved one of the most incredible body transformations ever. And this is how. Since Jared was born, he had problems with gaining weight and breathing. He would visit the hospital so often that it kind of became his second home. All because he had a disease that does unbelievable damage to his body, called cystic fibrosis, a disease that has no cure. And because of that, he had to be on medication every single day of his life. But this disease lasts for a lifetime. And at some point, Jared simply wanted to give up fighting for his life.
That's when I really stopped doing any of my treatments, any of my medicines. I didn't care at that point. I would put myself in the hospital for 2 weeks every like 3 or 4 months.
But being off medication made things worse.
It got substantially worse overnight. It was almost like I was drowning, but without being in water. It was terrifying. It was starting to suffocate my brain.
Stopping his medication was so harmful that overnight he was about to lose his life. But right at that moment, about to face death, his family, who always supported him, came to his mind, and saying goodbye just didn't seem right. He knew that they didn't deserve the pain of his loss. And from that breaking point, he not only promised to never stop taking his medication again, but he also decided to fight harder than ever. And that led him to the decision that was about to inspire millions. He started to do something very difficult for people with his condition. He started bodybuilding, and when his trainer posted his picture explaining how hard he was working at the gym despite his condition, it went viral. But people had no idea about the crazy transformation that was about to come, because the support of people made him work even harder. At 5 a.m., Jared hit the gym every single day, and after a few months, he started to look like a completely different person. Despite his condition, he managed to gain a lot of muscle and look like this. But he wasn't going to stop there, because he had decided to become a professional bodybuilder. And that's exactly what he did. In fact, he even won 4th place in a bodybuilding competition. And this inspired millions of people from all around the world, to the point that it even appeared on the national news.
Well, a man with cystic fibrosis is now a competitive bodybuilder.
But this wasn't the best part yet, because through his bodybuilding journey, Jared managed to prevent his condition from worsening, which inspired him to take a new and unexpected step. He became a personal trainer. That way, he could help those that struggled the same way he did.
Like, it might seem like something's so far out of reach, or it's never gonna happen. As long as you are constantly and actively thinking to yourself that you can do it, it's gonna come one way or another.